Computer.
Great. Because I wanted Neha to be able to see it, because it's actually her that said she wanted to know how to listen to a song and learn it, or to be able to play along and to be able to play along with the radio. So I've been thinking about this a bit. And this is developing also out of the Nashville notation. Is everyone here familiar with the idea of the Nashville notation? No, right. It's putting numbers to the chords of a scale.
Yeah.
So if we arrange the chords like start at A, B, C, D, E, F, G, 1, 2, 3, 4, 5, 6, 7. Well, of course, the people's key of C would start at C is 1, D is 2, E is 3, F is 4, G is 5, and A is 6, and B is 7. So in a song, pretty much all of our songs, if we're in the key of C, would use the 1, which is the C, the 4, which is the F, and the 5, which is the G. So we go A, B, C, D, E, F, G. 1, 2, 3, 4, 5. C, F, and G. 1, 4, 5. And if we're feeling particularly adventurous, we might throw in the 6 as well, which is the A. C, D, E, F, G, A. The A takes a minor, but that's by the by. We'll just work on those for the moment. Now, what I recommend is listening to a radio and trying to pick out what's happening in a song. Where does the root of that song? In the blues and rock and roll, it's usually the first chord. It's nearly always the first chord, but it's where it's based. Then it'll go up and down and around, but it'll always want to resolve to that first one. There's another name in music for that, the root chord. We call it the tonic, and because it feels like a tonic when you get there. The other chords have funny names as well. The fifth chord we also call a dominant, and the fourth is the subdominant. I think those are useful words because the fifth is wanting to resolve somewhere. It's wanting to go somewhere, and it does really quite strongly want to go somewhere else. The same with the fourth, but not quite as much. So the dominant chord is saying to you, resolve me, take me somewhere. The four chord, the subdominant, is saying, take me somewhere, please, will you? So in practice, if we want to look at our You Are My Sunshine one, Neha, hello, hi. So in practice, you are my sunshine, my only sunshine. We'll start off in C. That's our tonic. That's the where it always wants to come back to. Then we go up to the four chord, the F, and there's a little slight feeling of movement. So it's created a little bit of tension. It's wanting to go somewhere. It's not happy being there all the time. It feels much more contented when it gets back down to the C, to the tonic. It tricks you, it goes back up to that again. No, it can't stay here, it can't stay here. It wants to resolve back to here. Eventually we get up to the fifth one, the dominant. Bum, 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 bum. Oh, right. Now that really wants to move somewhere else. In the song, it could quite happily, you're my sunshine, sunshine, you'll be happy. Go from the fifth, the G, back down to the tonic again, to the one. But in this song, it does it gradually. It takes us on an emotional roller coaster to this song, because we go from the G, ease off the tension slightly with that resolving down to the 4, resolving completely down, back down to the 1 again. It's really quite an interesting song in a few ways, because you start on the 3, sorry, the second beat of the bar. It's bang, as in 1, 2, 3, 4. It's you are my. So it starts on the 2, 3, and 4 of the beat. And that also happens when you change chords. You are my sunshine, my only sun, 2, 3, 4, 1. You make me. So it's that beat, and then you make me. It's continuing here on that tonic for a while before you get up to the 7, 2, 3, 4. Sorry, 3, 4, 1, and then you're back into the 1, 2, 3, 4. So you're getting that lift, increase in emotional tension. We're happy again. We're back down to the root. Lifting up the tension again. 3, and then really racking up the tension with the 5th, the dominant, subdominant. So we're going 5 to 4, and we can relax again. We're back in the root, or the tonic. So what I'm suggesting then is put on the radio, listen to a song, and see if you can identify which is the tonic chord or the root chord. Where is this song always wanting to go back to? And in the rock and roll and the blues, bands like Status Quo, I say you can predict it's going to be the song starts on the root or the tonic or the 1 chord, and it's going to go up to a 4 and back down again, and then a 5, maybe to a 4, but then it's going to end up on the 1 again. And see if you can see, oh yes, that's a 1 chord, and then, oh yes, they went up to 4 then, and then they've gone back to. The more you do it, the easier it gets. And another exercise I totally recommend is to look at something like This Old House, there, and where it says C, if it's starting in a C, write a 1, and then when you get to an F, write a 4, write G, write a 5. Work out which is the 1, 2, 3, 4, and 5, 6 in each key, and then it reveals things about a song, and it helps you to interpret the song as well. So we've got an exercise here for everybody. We'll take the ice cream progression, which is the C, A minor, F, G, and back to C progression. So in number terms, we've got a 1 chord, we've got a minor 6 chord, we've got a 4 chord, and then we've got a 5 chord. Okay, we'll do 4 beats on each, but as we do it, I invite you to look at these a different way, because our normal way of doing it is just to go through 1. But there's a bit more to it than that. So let's take this idea that C, our tonic, our root, is where the song is based. It's always coming back to that. So there's a feeling of resolution, stability, contentment when we get there. On that E chord, the minor 6, in fact, all the other minor chords, so we'd have a D minor, an E minor, and an A minor in this. They're almost like sideward steps. They're slightly emotional, slightly wistful. So when we go to the A minor, just have that, as you're playing it, have within you that feeling that you're just a little bit emotional. You're invested in this song. When we go to the 4 chord, which the F, the one that we also call the subdominant, that's the one where we're increasing the tension. We're increasing we're decreasing the stability of the song. It's just slightly more on edge, if you like. When we go to the G, that's the 5 chord, which is the one we call dominant. Dominant because it's saying, take me somewhere. And a 5/7 chord, G7. You can hear it now. You can hear it pleading, take me home, take me home. Oh, thank goodness, I'm back home again there. So, so what I would do, we can do happy, content. 1, 2, 3, 4. Wistful. 2, 3, 4. Bringing it up. 3, 4. Bringing it right up and relaxing again. So all we're doing is just throwing 4 beats to the bar, but we're trying to do it while feeling emotion within ourselves that might come out in the way that we play these songs. So just playing along. Start. 1, 2, 3, 4. So just have to go playing it through, but with that idea, just play around with that idea. So just play it a few times through. That's just that little sequence, but just see if you can feel the different emotion with each chord change.
Yeah, wonderful. Thank you so much. Yeah.
That was terrific.
Yeah, every time we got a lot from you.
Yeah, that was terrific. And playing the last part to feel the difference just changed my playing completely rather than just playing the chords, as you're telling the story now.
That's right. You can tell a story with lyrics, but you can tell a story with the music as well.
Yeah.
So there is this concept in design. It's called color psychology. It almost reminded me of that. Red represents anger and power. Blue represents calm. And this, of course, I attended like last 5 minutes, but whatever I could get, it was really brilliant.
Thank you. I know some people put chords and notes to different colors as well. Oh. So you're thinking, well, if you've got synesthesia, you certainly do.
And it was interesting that she mentioned that, Neha mentioned that, because even when we studied mime with Marceau, they refer to colorization or in movement. Some movements were more opaque and some are lighter. So he would often, like if you had a movement and then you would decolorize it. You would soften it. So it would be funny to refer to movement in terms of color. But yeah, one question I have is, and I was trying to figure it out when the girls were playing Almost Heaven. I was trying to figure out where they were. Did you figure that out? Did you find it, Ian?
Yeah, sorry, I was actually trying to hold my ukulele up because I could see you. Yeah, it was that D going to a B minor. Which is exactly the same progression that we just did with, well, same chords, it's like slightly different order because it just goes, that D, that becomes your one chord, that's your root, your tonic, that's the one, and then, get the fingers out, C, let's call D1, D, E, F, G, A, B, okay? So B becomes your 6 chord.
Minor.
And 6 takes a minor. So you're going from D to B minor. And then I think it goes to the 5, to the 4, from memory then.
So it goes D, almost heaven,
B minor.
West Virginia, B minor. Now where?
To the 5, which is the A.
Ba-da, ba-da.
And then to the 4, the G.
Which one? B?
G.
River.
D, B minor, A, G.
Yeah. I thought that was a very sophisticated choice of key for them to use because we usually play that in CRG.
Yeah, absolutely. The capo always helps.
Oh yeah, is that what? Oh, they use a capo.
Yeah.
So did they create that with the capo? They changed the key?
I think the girls use the capo. But you don't have to. I say you can do it with, you can have it in E flat.
Yay.
Doc, thanks a lot for I've been playing 1, 4, 5 songs for years, but I've come across that word, the tonic and the dominant and the subdominant, but they were just words just kind of floating around. You helped make connections, Doc, and that's what's really good about this. And a good teacher helps you to make connections.
Yep. I always wondered when I started playing too, when people didn't know what you were playing and they could play along, or people who would play, the question that Neha had a few weeks ago for Iain was, like if you play with the radio or whatever, how do you figure out what key it's in and where are you going? And there are patterns. Because when I first started playing, I'm like, where do I go next? And there's some options, but there's some formulas too.
Yeah.
So, okay, how about a hand? That was a terrific class. And I'll, for those who couldn't come, I'll post it.